All right, welcome to School-Based Enterprise Virtual Experience Week 2. Today is July 14th. We are working and focusing on integration of school-based enterprise into the curriculum. Starting our session is going to be our vendors. So our first vendor is going to be Cheryl Kofi with Elite Apparel. Before we have Cheryl start, we're going to actually have a poll question to kind of showcase kind of who's here. So I'm going to stop sharing results. Let's do a different poll. So first things first, what I want to ask everyone, so everyone can be able to respond to this, is do you currently operate a school-based enterprise within your role? So if you can answer the question for a moment, so this will hopefully get a chance for you to be able to see this if you can't. So take a moment. Almost done with people responding. A couple more people to respond. I'll give you another like 15 seconds. So the options were yes, no, but hoping to start one during 2020, 2021, or no, but hoping to start in the next few years. So I'm going to end polling. I'm going to share results. So Cheryl, I know is on. You'll be able to hear this. I know you're hearing it right now. So you can see in the results, hopefully on the screen, that 13 of the respondents said yes. So we've got a lot of people that are responding that's saying yes. There's one that says no, but hoping that this year. And then of course there's 4 that are saying in the next couple of years, which is awesome. One other question that I wanted to ask them to help set the stage for you, Cheryl, is a retail items question. So this might give you a little bit of direction on what their interest is. So my next question that I'm asking everyone, regardless if you have a store or not, is here. What type of retail products, and you can choose more than one, what type of retail product or products are you most interested in discussing today? So new and trending, crew-neck sweatshirts, t-shirts, hats, winter baseball caps, other spirit items. So let's just see kind of where we're at with interest. Okay, I'm gonna give another maybe 15 seconds to see if there's any other final thoughts. Okay. Kind of helps, doesn't help. So Cheryl, new and trending by far is the biggest one. So I'm sure you were going to talk about that anyway. You can see, correct, of course, a few people with crew neck sweatshirts to t-shirts. Spirit items was another big one. So depending on what you're seeing, that can be part of your new and trending side of life. But you can at least get a taste of kind of where people's thoughts were. So hope that doesn't really help a ton, but at least gives you kind of an initial thought of where people's headspace is.
Yeah, it definitely gives me an idea. So thanks for having me, everyone. I really appreciate the opportunity to be part of this today. When I was thinking about what am I going to talk about today, and one of the first things that I thought I would really mention is school stores, how they've run in the past, probably will not be a school store that you're going to run this year. And just to give you some things that have been happening, many of you know that LA Schools has decided that they are not going to be going back to school right away. Milwaukee Public Schools in Wisconsin, and it's a total shock to us because the school district that I work for, we currently have been having conversations with Milwaukee Public Schools, or one of the top 3 schools in the state, and they announced, without ever letting any of us know, that they are going to start virtually. So I really want you guys to think about it. You're going to have to innovate. Things are going to be different. If you sold clothes at registration, or maybe football games, parent-teacher conferences, we know the schools are going to be shut down. Personally, in our school district, we don't know what that looks like. I don't think anyone really knows what it looks like. The plan is to go back to school, but we know those are going to probably happen, where we're going to have COVID cases and things are going to have to be shut down. So how can you continue to run your school store? So I thought about some ideas. Usually, when I had my school store, I would have a great event for 8th grade graduation. But in the spring, many of the school stores missed that. We had a lot of the 8th graders that were graduating. Their parents would come into the store, take advantage of buying some new spirit wear for them coming into the high school. So what could you do different? So I thought, here's an idea. Put a freshman bundle together. It can be picked up the first week of school. Personally, I don't think a lot of in-school registrations are going to be taking place any longer due to COVID and the fear of it happening. So this would be one way that if schools do start, the parents can order it ahead of time, and then their child can either pick it up at the school store or have it delivered to one of their homerooms or classes. Alumni specials. Don't forget that you have alumni out there. They are very, very willing to participate. They like to support their schools and puts a special out there for them, and they can maybe buy some of your old inventory. Front door drop-offs. I know one of our teachers in our school district was doing porch drop-offs, so people could order it and then she was delivering it to their homes. It's one way that you could unload some of that spring inventory that you had. Doing a pop-up in a parking lot might be another option for you to think about, is put a tent up, sell some of your clothing out there if your schools are not open. If you use Square, you can set up an online store using Weebly, and it's a great way to have your inventory synced with that website, and people can shop on that. The other thing is, if you do have games, and I know in the state of Wisconsin it has not been determined yet if the WIAA is going to allow us to continue to have fall sports. And if you have a booster club, sometimes it is a competing thing because they might have clothing and you might have clothing. Why don't you work together with them and see if you both can sell inventory to try to make sure that you can continue to boost your sales. And then the other thing is, I know that there's been a lot of talk on how parents have really appreciated teachers since COVID because they've seen what it's like to educate their own child. Do some thank you gift cards, and then the teachers can come and do a shopping spree for spirit wear at your school store. So I wanted to throw out some of those ideas for you because I do think, we all have to figure out how are we going to sell. It's going to be looking totally, totally different for our schools. And then here's some other advice that I have given in the past, and I will continue to do that, is if you shop at Sam's Club or Costco or TJ Maxx, any of those, you can purchase their items at sometimes a reduced cost if it is like they're trying to clearance something out, and then take it to the person who you work with for your embroidery and have them put their school logo on it. So that's one of the things that I would do is I'd go to North Face and purchase a whole bunch of different quarter zips or full zips and then embroider on them, and you can get them at a pretty good deal. Plus, the other thing is with North Face, you can negotiate with them and they will give you a reduced price. So if you have an outlet mall, don't be afraid to talk to them and say, hey, what can you do for big bulk sales? Some of the stores will work with you, so don't be afraid to ask. So Tim mentioned hot products. So anything COVID related, I'm going to tell you is a hot product. So masks and gaiters, and now there are window masks, so they can see a smile on a teacher or a student can have it, because I think that's part of it. How do you show your expression any longer when you're in a school and teaching? But before you order any of those, I'm going to suggest that you ask your administration, because in the state of Wisconsin, schools are going to be getting free masks for teachers and students. This would be if you want to have something more school related or spirit related, take a look at that. But just to be a fair warning that they are going to be getting free masks for the state of Wisconsin. I think little hand sanitizers are a great thing that people can hook up onto their backpacks, purses, what have you. Cleaners for your phone top or laptop, because we're on those all the time now. So there's a great one that has a spray and a cleaner all in one. Camera covers for computers. So those are a safety thing that many of them are doing. And then maybe some mask holders, because if they're wearing masks for a long time, and I know some of the schools were 3D printing them, like our school district was, for local hospitals. That's something you could maybe do for working with your tech ed department if they have that, and print some school spirit ones to put in your school store. Another thing is a comfy line. What would be comfortable for teachers, students to wear while they're doing online learning, because they probably will be. So Sherpas are still in pretty big. More and more companies are expanding that. And also they have a great Sherpa blanket out there right now that I've done for some customers that have been, just a hit. T-shirts, anything that's a soft t-shirt. Bella, District, Next Level, Anvil, etc. Still the top performing t-shirts because everyone wants them soft. Again, anything Champion. Comfort Colors is huge. Fanny packs, people are, wanting those again. Any variety of hats. There have been some really cute fleece hats this last year that have come out from J America that have just been great. Girls from the crop tops are still in with a lot of fleece. Stripes, so I put some examples of a Fruit of the Loom there for you. Some Sanmar products, and then those are the new products that are out for 2020. The S&S new products, Alpha Broder, and One Stop. So I have links all there for you that you're able to view and take a look at that. Price points is next for me. Wanted to let you know that, when I ran a school store, it was great to have those name brands, all right? You really have to know your customer. So if you're one of the new ones thinking, I'm going to open a school store, I want to, try to have this. Think about your customers and how much they're willing to pay. And I think that's the hardest thing, is that there are some schools that can definitely sell all the top brands, Nike, Under Armour, whatever. Make sure you have price points for all your students and your faculty so everyone can wear a school-spirited item. So I have schools that will definitely order a name brand in one, but they'll also order the same design in a Gildan or a Port and Company, so that they can still have the same design, but it's just done on a different item, so that there's a price difference, all right? One thing also, I'm able to sell Under Armour. Here's the thing. It's through Alpha Broder. You won't be able to see it on their site, but certain vendors, based on their performance with those companies, can sell certain products. So you always have to ask your vendors, hey, I really want Under Armour. Is it a possibility? Because I'm looking on your site and it's not there. Find out if that's something that they can still order for you, because it's special for certain vendors and it's based on your sales, all right? I talked about find out what your customers will buy. Many times when I was a school store advisor, we made some mistakes. We didn't purchase the right thing. The kids would say, this is what really is going to sell. I'll think, for example, a few years ago, well, not more than a few years ago, about 10 years ago, they're like, deep V's for the guys. And I'm like, why would we wear that? They're like, yeah, we want them. Was a mess. So think about it, really what is going to be able to sell. This, I'm going to do a shout out if Luann's on there. She's been one of our school stores that has always done a special staff only item. And Sean ended up doing it. Tracy ended up doing it. I've had a lot of other schools go on and do those special items because staff want to have something special and they want to have it say staff on there, and no one else can get that item. So a lot of full zips are great because teachers want to leave them on their, back of their chair and take it on and off when it gets cold or hot. So if you're in a school like I was in, it'd be freezing cold. Even having blankets embroidered, so you might be in school teaching, there might not be any students this year, who knows? You can make sure that you're nice and warm when you're doing your online lessons. But those are some items that I think would be really, really helpful for when you're thinking about what could we do to still sell some items, even if we don't have students in the building. Promotional items I've done in the past is we would do a bundle of shirts for when, especially when a freshman would come in, because we had games that were red out, white out, our school colors, and we'd have that design of a shirt and then bundle them all together to sell. Don't be afraid also to go with bright, bold colors and not always your school colors, because we would offer rainbow tees, and I was like, oh, I can't believe how we sell them out. I didn't do them every year, but every few years, once we had the kids all go through, then I'd offer it again. And it just continued to keep on selling. So again, discounts, if you end up having open houses or parent-teacher conferences, They loved having a coupon, a physical coupon, which was just crazy to me, but they liked that when they would come pick up their child's schedule, and then they would come to the school store and then get a discount. I mentioned this earlier, 8th grade shopping nights, so when they come into the high school, they're prepared with their school clothes. And then don't be afraid to donate staff shirts to the new staff to get them real excited about coming into the school store. On the list below, I put some products that, you know, are available, that are good products that we have sold a lot of, and some different brands for some websites, such as J America or Augusta, Boxercraft, and Pennant. Boxercraft has a lot of comfy clothes. So that's something that I wanted to show you that. Some things about our business.
Cheryl, just let you know you have about 1 more minute left.
Okay. We can negotiate 500 or more of the same product, so I can get better prices. We don't have screen fees. There's free delivery in southeastern Wisconsin. The exception could be COVID, because sometimes our printers that work with us are shut down and will not allow us in the building. So then we would have to ship. We offer online staff stores. We'll meet with you partway or ship. And here's just real quick, you can scroll through these quick, Sean, is just different ideas of logos. When you see something, take a picture of it that you like it, okay? And then say, hey, can you make this design? My artist is great. Most vendors have really good artists that can do this. Personally, I have not been able to get out and take pictures because the places that I usually go to, I haven't felt comfortable enough to go out and do anything. But on the bottom of here, I also put some other websites. Go to a college bookstore, take a look at that and see what they have. Just, you know, anything that you see that's going to look great, that you think, I really like that idea, let your vendors know, and they definitely can do it. And then on the bottom, I also have, I listed 2 different sites for you, and there's a coupon for you for placing an order. So did I make my minute? I know I talked fast.
You did, yeah.
You're great. And Cheryl, can you stick around for a few more minutes? If we'll have a Q&A after the next presenter.
Yep, not a problem.
Perfect. So thank you again, Cheryl. Appreciate you and everything that you do for Wisconsin DECA and all the different school stores around Wisconsin and beyond. So Sean, if you want to introduce the next presenter, and then I will get him all ready to go.
Perfect. So the next presenter is Matt Haas from BSN Sports. Some from the Madison area may have known one of the previous companies he has worked for, College Town. College Town was also bought out by another company. Matt will have to let you know. I don't remember. It was only a year. And then now representing BSN Sports. So Matt is a national brand. Where they have about 1,100 sales representatives and 40 sales offices across the country. So this is a really great opportunity for those who are in different states. So I will pass it on to Matt. Matt, you have been promoted to a panelist, so you should be able to share your screen.
And before Matt officially kicks off, I'm going to just kind of help Matt set the stage, kind of like what I did with Cheryl. I'm going to do a quick poll question that might give you a little more guidance on kind of the audience. But 13, 14 of the attendees have a school store right now. But I'm going to ask a question for the group and just to see where we're at. So hold on, I'm going to do a question for the group. So here's the question. Do you currently have the ability to sell via an online store or website? So I'm going to ask the group this. I know this would be right up your alley, Matt, so maybe we'll give you a response to the first question, or answer is yes. Second one is no, but I'm interested in considering the opportunity in the future. So let's see, responses come in just a second. All right, so I hope you can see now the responses. Five of the attendees have the ability to sell online or a website, and then the other kind of 2/3 of it do not, but are interested. So I know this is one of your options that you kind of provide as well. So I'm going to stop sharing I will stop talking. Your clock hasn't started yet. So Matt, we'll pass the floor over to you and you can get started.
All right, awesome. Sean, and can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Well, hello everyone. My name is Matt Haas with BSN Sports, and I do have my information up here if anybody wants to give a call or email. And before I get into it, Sean, thank you for the opportunity, and Cheryl, excellent job presenting. So really what I wanted to do today was really just get in front of you folks and just kind of say who BSN Sports is. And then one of the services we provide, talking with Sean, is an online store. So just a quick backstory for people who aren't familiar with BSN Sports. We were actually founded in 1972 and is one of the largest team sports equipment apparel distributors in the United States. We do have about 2,000 employees with 40 regional offices. We are headquartered down in Dallas, Texas, and we service about 100,000 customers all across the country. So any folks out there out of state, more than happy to hook you up with the right person. When it comes to apparel, we do have about $110 million in inventory, and some of the leading brands we carry are Nike and Under Armour, but we do also offer some price points such as Gildan, Augusta Sportswear, Holloway, stuff like those. I would say the biggest thing that we are offering right now is a 24/7, 365-day online store. Some of the key points of this is the fact that, frankly, we don't know if school is going to be open. And so we are allowing us to ship these stores to home. It's open 365 days out of the year, and there are no minimums. And what's really nice, so I've actually just loaded a real store that we have up right now. I'll just kind of scan through this right as we speak. Lawrence University is up in Appleton, Wisconsin. And really the way it works is we would work with you on what brands to offer. So like I mentioned, we have, your big hitters like Nike and Under Armour. We also do the Gildan, Port Authority, and such like that. But one of the big things that I think is important is look at it from an entire school aspect. You always have your heavy hitters like football, basketball, softball, but we can actually tailor it down to fit clubs as well. So whether it's chess club, archery, DECA, you name it, we would actually work with you on the logos ahead of time to make sure that, if mom wanted a t-shirt for chess club, or if the coach wasn't sure about running an online store and was afraid of minimums, we would have that all geared into the website. So in this case for Lawrence, you have your baseball, your basketball, fencing, swimming, and such like that. But then we can dial it into clubs as well. And it's pretty nice. Kind of echoing off of the poll question is, up here you'll see men's, women's, kids, and accessories. So, you really just like shopping online. Men's, if you want a t-shirt, sweatshirt, quarter zip. So if I was a Lawrence fan, I could easily just do the shopping right here. It's all electronically, so you don't have to worry about collecting money. You just can just promote it is really our big thing, is just letting the entire school know that we do offer this service, and then you can dial it in as well. Men's, women's, accessories is a big one. So I know we mentioned in the poll question there was some things about accessories. So the headwear, bags, knit hats, blankets, it's all done online. Nice thing is 24/7, 365. And one of the reasons why we came out with this is just we hear from a lot of athletic directors and such where, people are constantly calling, hey, I just need a t-shirt. And maybe now with schools not being in session, you don't have to worry about that. You just offer this online, ship it to home. Everybody's pretty much happy. And it's kind of that extra incentive for schools to build that school spirit. We can also bulk order, and that's what I've done with Sean a lot in the past when he was at Oshkosh West. We work with him. Hey, what are you looking for? T-shirts, sweatshirts, quarter zips. We can work on different price points. So whatever you think will sell. Plus, you give the kind of that student engagement with you know, making sure that, you know, obviously you're probably going to mark it up to make money for the school. So we can work with you on different brands as well. The last one, and I know I'm maybe talking fast, but feel free to ask any questions. We did come out with our own masks that allow you to, you know, put your own school spirit on there. So we've actually loaded pretty much every school in the country where, you know, we came out with about 15 different designs. These are customizable per color and logos. So for example, if like Kimberly wanted the Rush and they wanted this in black or pink or whatever it is, we would actually go on the builder, maybe set up a Zoom call, go over it remotely and really design the logo. Price points are down here. So the more you buy, the better price points. And then also, we also came out with our own what we call neck buffs. It's kind of, I would say the over the ear masks are more popular right now, but some people have asked about neck buffs. A lot of football coaches have been asking about these. They weren't really sure about the whole over the ear design, but crazy world we live in, doing this for about 5 years. Never thought I'd be selling masks, but these have been pretty popular for us. So I just wanted to really just show those are the 3 big services that we offer. And then again, we do bulk order a lot, and that's what Sean and I have done in the past with just really just trying to figure out what sells at your particular school. Maybe it's a crew sweatshirt, or maybe at a different school, it's a t-shirt long sleeve. So that's really it. Those are the 3 big things that we're offering right now. And again, my information is right here. So if anybody has any questions, they can always reach out.
Awesome. Thank you, Matt. Matt, would you be able to talk about any of those, like, other pop-up stores a little bit?
Absolutely. Yeah. So can you guys still hear me okay?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
we can.
yeah. So we're really offering 2 stores. And maybe I should have clarified in the beginning. So the 24/7 online store is more that school-wide school spirit as well. But then we call them my team shops. So what that is, that's more the sport specific or program specific, whether it's the staff that just want to offer it. Those are more time sensitive. So we can keep them open for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. On average, I'd say about 10 to 14 days. And then there's a start and an end date. And then when the store closes, that's when we ship everything out. So depending on schools, some schools we have, you know, a football, you know, in this case, the fall sports, cross country, football, volleyball, and those would be the sport specific stores.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. So we're gonna transition to a Q&A portion from all of you attendees. So I know a couple of people said love the masks in the chat. If you've got a question for Matt or Cheryl, you can raise your hand. So click like raise hand, and then I will turn on and have you get a chance to just kind of ask it. It might be way easier than typing it. So right now, if you have a question, please feel free to click raise hand, and I'll have you kind of ask. Otherwise, if you don't want to do it that way, you could always type a question within the chat. So next 15 minutes or so, love to have a little bit of a Q&A with the 2 vendors that are on.
Perfect. So our first question we have is, Michelle, for Matt. What is the cost to get the online store started?
There is no cost. Whether it's the My Team shop or the 24/7 online store, there's no cost to it. If you want to work specifically individually, feel free to contact me, and we can definitely dive more into it.
Awesome. Thank you. Matt, so a question that I have for you for the group is what is the payout on those on the 365 online store?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm gonna quick pull up the marketing. So it's twice a year, and the way it would work is 10% of all revenue generated from the store minus taxes and freight. I want to make sure I throw that in there. Goes back to the school in the form of a BSN sports credit.
Awesome. All right, and then Beth has a question. Jill, it's going to be a BSN sports credit. So for the company, what is the minimum order? So I'll let Cheryl and Matt both answer that. So Matt, if you want to start with that one.
Oh, sure. So on that 24/7 online store, there are no minimums. Obviously, we want to make sure we promote it and make sure that there's a huge school spirit, but they don't hold you to any minimum. So if you just, you offer it and in the year, maybe 10 t-shirts sell, it's no big deal. On the My Team shop, it's a little bit different. There's no minimums on embroidery. On the screen print, we do like to have 12, minimum of 12 units. But if it doesn't hit 12, we can definitely talk. There's ways around it. It's kind of hard to explain. We can either associate the cost of the program, or I can just get docked on my own report. So it's really just depending on if it's screen print or embroidered.
And so it seems that Cheryl isn't on. I think she had another meeting to go to. But I know with working with her, she's also very flexible with minimums. So she always gives a report of what would be your next best price point for minimums, but there's no minimums for her.
Cheryl is still here, so maybe she was just muted and she couldn't talk. So Cheryl, I'm sorry about that. Go ahead.
That's all right.
Sorry.
Thanks. That's all right. Sean, you did a great part of that for me. So yeah, we definitely, it is 12 usually is the minimum, can do less than that, but I'm going to be honest, it gets expensive. So let's say, for example, you're thinking 23 and I say, hey, if you order one more item, you can get another price break. Because I think that's the most important part, is being able to work with a vendor who's going to help you get to that cost point that you would work for your school store. Embroidery, also very similar to what Matt talked about, is one item once you have everything completed. But, vendors, find that vendor that is willing to work with you. We offer online stores as well, and we can do the payouts for, after we do a check back, and then that ends up going back to the school or organization, and we will have that as when the sale is done.
And then what's the percentage for the payout for you, Cheryl?
We work and you determine the price. So it's just like your school store. So for example, if you say, I want to offer that hat and I want to charge $25 and you're going to sell 10 of them, we take that just like you have a percent from our original setup. So we'll tell you what the price is done by quantity, you mark it up, and then we do that difference.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And I think there was a question in the chat on my document, if it would be added to the collab folder. So I'm not sure, Sean, if you can do that. Oh, it is already in there. Okay, thank you.
It's already in there. Yep.
And then yeah. So Cheryl's document is in the collaboration folder, and then math information will be added to the folder this afternoon, in case if anyone wants to contact him directly. Are there any more questions for either Matt or Cheryl?
All right. Well, we greatly appreciate your time, Cheryl and Matt. Obviously, you can stick around for any longer than you want, but we value you both, our partnership, and I'm hoping people can reach out, especially with Matt's school store website option, that people probably are going to need to be considering online sales much more this year than ever before. So
before you jump off, Cheryl, for our out-of-state folks, do you ship out of state?
Yes, we do. We ship all over.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Cool. Great.
Awesome. Thank you so much, you two.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.